Hey there, Foggy here. Welcome to my year of solo board gaming, described by myself as ill-advised and stupid. It is day 101, and we are in the middle of Law and Crime Week, which is the worst name for any week that I've come up with. We are playing games that involve crime, whether committing the crime or trying to fight the crime. In this case, we are on the side of law. We are a hostage negotiator, and this is a pretty well-known game. It's a solitaire-only game. Does require a fair amount of luck. Had some nice expansions. There's a career path campaign version of this, which is out there. And then also, this is the game that is provided the engine for Final Girl, which is also fairly well known now at this point. The game is from Van Ryder Games, and I'm hoping to actually do Final Girl near the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. I did go in on that Kickstarter, so I'm expecting those at some point. And we've got a game already set up here. We are playing one of the three primary abductors in the base set. We have Donna Scarborough. I'll go ahead and read the description here. Donna just got passed over for tenure again. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Today, her students were shocked when, instead of lecture notes, she pulled out two Glock 23s. Donna isn't letting anyone go until she gets what she wants. She has decided that this is the only way to make them understand how deserving she really is. All right, now Donna has taken a whopping 12 hostages. Now that means if 7 hostages die, we lose the game. We start off with a terror level of 2, which is actually lower than the other starting abductors, so it'll be easier to get her calmed down. She starts with one major demand that is specific to her, and then one escape demand that can be escape demand that any of them have any of them use. She does have 2 special rules. One is that if we roll 2 1s at any point, we will lose a hostage, and if we roll 2 6s, we will save a hostage. And that's pretty much it. Your starting hand is going to be the level 0 cards that come with the game. And basically they are 2 what are your demand cards. They basically allow you to reveal a demand. Keep cool, which allows you to lower the temperature of the threat, and then small talk, which allows you to get conversation points. Now in this game, you are trying to accumulate conversation points so that you can use those to buy cards that allow you to do things, more advanced things. In addition, there's a threat level that determines how many dice you can roll, and if you get the threat level all the way down to 1 or S, and then you lower it further, you do save a hostage. But you pretty much want to stay in this range so that you can try to keep as many dice rolling as possible. So our starting hand, we have 6 cards to start off with, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with Keep Cool, because I'm going to try to see if I can get 3 dice available to myself. And I rolled 2 6s, so awesome, because that means I save a hostage, I lower the threat level, and gain a conversation point. That is about as best scenario as you can possibly get. So yay. So now I get 3 dice to roll each time. I'm going to try to reveal a demand. I want to try to get the demands as revealed as soon as possible. The sooner that you reveal them, the less likely they are to have an effect. A lot of the tarot cards will say +1 to threat level if there's an unknown demand. So you have a responsibility to get these revealed as soon as possible. All right, so we got 1, 3, and 4, which is horrible. Now that means that I can trade in 2 cards to at least change this to a shield, and I'm going to do that so that I can reveal a demand, and we will reveal her major demand. Wire $10 million, spend 4 to concede during any conversation 2 hostages, and then what that will mean is getting 1 less dice during the rest of the game, which really does not seem like a good idea. So I can still continue on. I kind of want to continue on. As bad as that was, reveal the other demand. Because I still have 3 dice to work with. And I do roll a shield, so I can reveal the other demand. I would have liked to have gotten some conversation points. Spend 4 to concede during any conversation for 2 extra dice until the conversation ends. However, the abductor escapes at the end of the conversation. That would be kind of bad. So I'm left with 1 card. And I might as well go for it because I can't really do much with 1 card. One of the things that's difficult is trying to balance how many cards you keep in your hand versus how many you spend, because these cards will not be available to me on the next turn. All right, so I roll 1, 5, and 4. I can't do much with the 4. I don't have 2 cards to spend, but I do get at least 2 points out of that. So I'm at 3. All right, so that is the end of the turn. These all go to the discard, and now the next part of the turn is to spend the 3 conversation points I have on cards that are here. And I think what I'm going to do is go for just a few more minutes, try to see what I can do about getting some conversation points. Actually, I think I'm going to go for just stay calm. I'm going to try to get this conversation, this threat level lowered as much as I can. And then I'll get this, what I meant was, which basically allows me to reroll. And that's it. So the discarded cards now go back into the tableau. All the zeros will go here. These will be available to me on the next turn. We then reveal the top card of the terror deck. Now there's 10 cards here plus a pivotal event at the bottom. You lose the game if you have to draw a terror card, and you cannot. So technically, the game lasts 12 turns at most. Minor demand, water. Put this card in play near the other demands. Concede during any conversation for an extra die. Which is not bad. That might be helpful in the next round. And then we go ahead and start the next turn. Now I have 3 dice still to work with, and we will do just stay calm. The plus side here is that if I do get 2 shields, I will actually save a hostage, so that'll be a huge plus. And we roll 1, 4, and 3. That's awesome. So I'm actually going to reroll the 1. Try to get something out of this. And I rolled nothing. I rolled a 3. All right, so that unfortunately was a big goose egg. I got nothing out of it. That's a bummer, to say the least. And we should have actually reset that to 0. So that was about as bad as it could have gone. We will go ahead and take our zeros back. These will now go back into the deck. And we reveal the next card of the terror deck, and it's the situation is worsening, +1, so we'll only have 2 dice to work with. And any unrevealed demands would have added +1, so I'm actually glad that we did not do that. That's unfortunate. We went from possibly saving a hostage to we're in a bad situation. All right, so what we've got now are a bunch of cards. I think what I need to do is just focus on getting some conversation points. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the concession. We're going to make the concession for water. Penalty for conceding. When any threat rolled is failed during this conversation, we will end up canceling the conversation. So we don't want to do that, but we will now get 3 dice out of this. So the first thing that we're going to do is, I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually try to keep it cool. We'll try to lower the threat level. We get a 5, 6, and a 4. So that's great. We get to lower that by 1. We actually get a conversation point, and now we're dealing with 4 dice. Now we're going to try to add some conversation points. So I roll a 5, 6, 6, and 2. So not only do I save a hostage, we've now got 2 hostages saved. We also get 3 conversation points, which is great. And we're going to go for that again. Uh-oh. We do not have any way to re-roll that. So this time, we are going to go ahead and trade in the 2 for this so that we can change this to a shield. So we get our 3 conversation points, but we do lose a hostage. We have 1 killed hostage now. We're down to 9 still left in play. One thing that's frustrating is that there's really not enough room for 12 hostages there. It's a little tough to work with. And we can still do this as the last card. And I think I'm going to. I've got 4 cards to work with. I might as well. We'll see what comes up. 6, 4, 4, and 2. I don't have any cards to really do anything with, but at least I lower it by 1. So I will go ahead and do that. And then these will all get discarded. And these are all 0-point cards. These will all go off to the side. And now I've got 7 to shop with. But I am also at an S, so that is great. So for 7, I can take Sniper Take the Shot. Now this will basically eliminate the Abductor. It'll put me with the second in charge. And also, I could also potentially save 2 hostages. I could also possibly lose 2 hostages. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for the shot. Sniper, take the shot. That's the only card I can get because that is a full 7. And that's my 1 card to play with. These will come back here. This will go here. And now, the question is, do I hold on to this card and then wait till the next turn, or do I go ahead now? Now, right now, I have no way to gain any points, any conversation points. I have no way to lower the threat. So right now, I'm just sort of sitting here. I can take the shot if I want. I'll have 3 cards to work with. I don't have the card anymore from the concession. And I can't give in to either of these 2 demands. And have I revealed the next card yet? I have not revealed the next card. Draw and resolve the next tarot card. Make a threat roll. Okay. 4. It's not a shield. We lose another hostage. We are down 2 hostages. All right. So if I don't do anything, then this turn we're just simply going to turn this over. At most, this will add 1, and then I get all my other cards back. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to be patient right now. I'm not going to do anything this round. So I'm going to do my shopping, which means we get all these. Minor demand, media coverage. Concede during any conversation for take any conversation. Oh, that would be amazing, I think. Penalty for conceding is 2, which would not be great. I think now we're going to take the shot. We're still at a 3. We're going to go for it. We're going to try to take the shot here. 6, 6, and 5. So we save a hostage because of the 6. The 2 6s. We save 2 more hostages from taking out the abductor because we managed to get the 2 shields. And Donna has been taken out. Sorry, Donna. I feel horrible about that. All right, now, second place, second in command takes over. A devoted follower of the abductor, the second in command is ready to step in and continue negotiating if the abductor is eliminated. Second in command has little patience and will kill a hostage the moment he doesn't like what he hears. When no hostages remain, the second in command, scared for his life, will surrender immediately. So second in command, special rules. So anytime that we increase the threat level, 1 hostage dies. Now, we have to save at least 1 more hostage, and we will have succeeded successfully. We will have successfully gotten out of this. But the only thing that we can really do is try to save hostages right now. That's it. So what we're going to do, now the conversation's over, so there's nothing else we can do this round. So we're going to put the rest of our cards over here. This gets discarded. We don't have any conversation points to use, so we're simply going to keep it there. We're now going to reveal the next card. Don't test me. Roll a dice. If the result is less than or equal to current threat level, all right. All right, 6 is not less than the current threat level. I don't think it would have been possible. We're on an S, so yay. So we don't lose a hostage, which is awesome. So now our goal is to save hostages. And we can do that by either rolling 6s. We can also go in for this 8 that's up there. We can go for the 6 that's up here. And I think it's going to have to be, or we can go for the 3. And we can actually get these 2 3s. There are 5 hostages left and the second in command. Now, we can't eliminate them, but we can try to save them. So what are we going to do? We're going to, first of all, try to lower the threat level. We're still at a 6, and every time we lower the threat level, we will actually save a hostage. So I think that that's probably my best bet. 1, 1, and 2. So he kills a hostage. We'll lose a conversation point. We're going to try that again. 2, 2, 2, 3, and 3. So we're down 1 more. Fortunately, we don't lose a hostage this time. So that was pretty bad. We're going to try to do some small talk while we can. 2, 3, and 6. So that's going to give us +2. We're back to 0. We're going to try to do some more small talk. We can trade in 2 cards for a success, or so the other thing that we can do is we can take the 1 point and then just simply trade these in for 2 more. Conversation's still over, but that's it. Instead of trading it in for that, all these cards have a trade in for 1 conversation point. So we did that. We're at 3. Yay. That goes over here. We're going to go ahead and take minor extraction. Situation is worsening. Kills a hostage. We're still at 3 though. So now we're going to try to... We're going to try to roll for the minor extraction. We're going to try to save as many as we can. We have to hope for 2 shields because if this goes up, we're going to gain 1, lose 1. So this could be really bad. This could be really, really bad. The zeros go back over here. All right, we got 6, 6, and 5. We save a hostage just from the 6s, and then we succeed here, so we've saved 2 more hostages. Those are all the hostages. We've saved 8 total. The second in command gives up because there's no hostage in the hostage pool, and that is the end of the game. We have successfully negotiated for the release, and we unfortunately lost 4 people in the process, which is horrible when you think about it. It's horrible to lose even 1, because these are all students. So this was a young poli-sci major who was taking her class just to get an extra credit, and unfortunately they were gunned down, and it's just tragic. It's horrible, really. You know, you do stop to wonder sometimes, like the games are always abstractions of things, and this is an abstraction of a really, really horrible situation, and you know, making a game out of it. It's a fun game. I enjoy the game, but you do start to think about things like that. So I'm not going to go any more down that road because that would be just dire and just horrible. So we're going to continue tomorrow with more Hostage Negotiator. We're going to do one of the expansion packs, and then from there, who knows? But for now, thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad this was a nice quick one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, everybody.